Three, two, one. Hello, everybody. Larkin Omega here, and welcome back to Depression and Dark Souls. So today's gonna be a short episode. I'm expecting my father to show up. So as soon as he does, no matter where I'm at, I'm gonna stop stream. So I'm gonna go help him do some stuff. Um, so we're gonna talk about fog gates today. And how fog gates pertain to depression. I'm going to be drawing a lot of close analogies here, folks. So, well, maybe not close. I'm going to try. I might stretch a couple, but anyway, let's go ahead with this. So, with fog gates, they are this nebulous thing that you know you need to go through. There's no question. There's no hesitation. You have to go through this thing to progress. But it is nebulous. It hides what's behind it. It does not let you see what's going on. As you're stepping through it, sometimes you feel this absolute sense of dread just because you don't know what's going to happen. And in a lot of ways, that is very, very much like day-to-day dealing with depression. Because a lot of times you're gonna go out in your day and you're gonna take care of things, but there's gonna be something that you know you need to go do, or that you need to take care of, that just blocks your way, and you don't know how you're gonna get past it without just confronting it and going through it. And sometimes after you go through, you're stuck, like with a boss fight, or well, in Dark Souls 1, it's just boss fights. I think in Dark Souls 2, there's some contextual fog gates, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that. But once you go through, you're committed. Either it's going to be nothing, and it's going to dissipate, and it's going to just be a worry that you could have avoided the whole time, or it's going to become a major issue. It's going to become a problem for you. So, fog gates and depression are very, very close. You, a lot of times you just have to face what you're doing, regardless of anything else. I messed up my route. Yeah, you just gotta go through with it and get it over with. But a lot of times it's gonna set you back. You're gonna be fighting with something, and you're gonna be just dealing with problems as they come up. And sometimes it's hard facing these gates. I know that in Dark Souls, in this game, back when I started, which was shortly before 2 came out, I believe. It was shortly before 2 came out. And I had fought my way through Taurus Demon, and I was heading up through the church, going up to the parish. Ooh. No, that's not good. Heading up through the Undead Parish and just making my way through. And when I got to the Gargoyles Fog Gate, I hesitated. And I didn't want to go on. It was just this feeling of dread. Like, I kind of knew what to expect. I knew that gargoyles were coming, and that there were gargoyles. There's more than one. But I wasn't ready to face it on my own just yet. And really, that caused me to stop playing for a bit. I didn't pick it back up for quite a while after that point. um, for some reason, I didn't want to face that fog gate, even though I'd gone through the asylum demon and uh, done all of that. I didn't want to go through this gate and have to face the gargoyles. Um, and in real life, that happens all the time when you're depressed. You come up against something like a job interview, for instance, where you don't feel like you're ready. And the depression kicks in and goes, well, you're never going to be ready. So don't even try. And that's the wrong attitude to do. Because if you're not willing to try, there's no point in being there in the first place. But you need to try. This is something important. A job interview is pretty important in life. Even if sometimes it's just going to work. Like, oh, I screwed up the other day. It's, I've messed up. I don't want to be here. I don't want to show up tomorrow. I don't want to deal with this. And that's a fog gate in your life. That's something that you have to move past to make progress. Get over there. It's something you have to move past to progress. And a lot of times, if you just step through, if you're just willing to take the first plunge and go through, it'll turn out that it wasn't that big of a deal. And that you weren't really in any danger. There was nothing to really worry about. It was just something that had to be done in the first place. Relationships in life too, when you're depressed, are like that. With your relationships, it can be a problem at times to step forward and do stuff. In my personal life, my wife and I were having relationship issues. We were having lots of stress in our life, intimacy problems. The stuff happens when you're older like this. I'm not under my weight. Oh, that's right. I put the wrong gauntlets back on. We were having issues, and I didn't want to face it. It was this big fog door in my way. It was this thing that I just didn't want to deal with. And it really negatively affected our relationship for a number of years. And it was mainly a problem with me rather than a problem with, well, it was mutual problems, but I was the one who was feeling it more to start off with. And when she noticed it, it had already been bothering my mind for quite a while. So, but in reality, it was a non-issue. We talked about it. It wasn't hard to talk about. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't hard to talk about. And we got past what the problem was. We figured out a solution for it. We figured out a solution, and our relationship is stronger for it. So, in that respect, I'm super glad that I dealt with that fog gate and just passed through it. But you can see how many, like, just little things in Dark Souls correlate with feeling depressed and dealing with depression issues. Pretty short Dark Souls and depression episode today. That's really all I had to talk about. I could go on about bosses, but I think I'm going to wait and do that tomorrow. That is a much bigger issue that I'd like to spend a bit more prep time and talk about it. I did a little bit on day one, but I'm definitely going to expound upon that. I think if I can fall down in that one. No, it's the same one, right? No, it's a different one. Okay. I think I definitely want to expound upon it and uh, come up with a bit better idea of what I'd want to do and what I want to talk about. So we're gonna cut Dark Souls and Depression short and sweet about fog gates. And it's almost always better to just go through the gate and face whatever's waiting for you, whether in Dark Souls or in real life. Meeting with your boss about a thing that you caused could, or that you think is about a thing that you caused, could turn out to be something else entirely. It could be something good. It could be something bad, but it's almost always going to be better to face what is behind that door rather than just to live in existential dread about it, because you're just stressing yourself out. It's good advice. I don't follow it all the time. I know I should and I don't, but that's life. So I hope this was a good talk for whoever's watching. I hope that if you've tuned in, that either you're trying to educate yourself on how a person feels while depressed, or if you're depressed yourself, I hope this helps you in some way, even if it's just a camaraderie thing. Then there's somebody else out there. I know that can be enough sometimes. So, yeah. This is the end of Dark Souls and Depression 3. And I'm Larkin Omega. And we'll talk to you next time.